Well, hello, friends. Hope your day is going great. I wanted to put together this little video all about Real Brokerage. So you might have heard of them. Maybe you've seen it a time or two, or seen their logo, seen their name, and but you don't really know much about it and kind of what all the talks about and all this stuff, right? So I'm going to try to answer some questions here in this video about Real Broker, sort of why I changed and the benefits to the company and why I feel like it's good for some agents but not all agents. All right, so I'm going to kind of give you my insight on that. I'm going to share my screen and show you the back end stuff so that you kind of have an idea of how they're a little different, and you may or you may not like it. So I'm going to kind of give it all to you here in this video. Now, if you still have questions, or if you just want to kind of chat a little bit more about it and have specific questions that maybe I don't answer here, there's going to be a link below this video right to my calendar where we can plan out 30 minutes to kind of talk about it and see if this is going to be, if Real Broker would be a good fit for you or not. And so I would love to be able to help you. You very well may be new to real estate, or maybe you are kind of at a standstill on transactions. Maybe you're not a full-time agent. Maybe it's just you're just kind of thinking new year, new goals, all the things, and you might be considering a new broker. So I'm going to go ahead, share my screen with you so that we can go ahead and get right in it. I'm going to make this as short as I possibly can. I know our time's all really, really valuable. Okay, so first thing I want to show you is the map, right? So this company is just all over the place. I mean, they literally cover every single state, and then they're actually on two. So they're going international, and it's amazing what they're doing at the pace that they're doing it at. So let me tell you, this is the primary reason why I personally switched to Real Broker. I'm licensed in the state of Georgia and in Louisiana. I needed a broker in both states that could handle and hold my license for both states, because for a while I was working under two separate brokers, and that was a lot of paperwork. That cost a lot of money every month. It was just a lot to keep up with because they all had their own system and process of turning in transactions and doing all the things. So I needed everything to be under one broker, and Real provided that solution for me. So I do have a managing broker, a separate managing broker for each state, right? So I have one person that's kind of my go-to person that I contact for the state of Georgia, and then I have one person that's my go-to contact for the state of Louisiana. However, everything is housed under the same brokerage, so it's the same software systems we use, the same process as far as turning in paperwork and doing all of that stuff. The second reason I chose to go with Real Broker is I'm not an officey person. So when I first got my real estate license, I went to the office every day. Internet was not really a thing. YouTube, Facebook, none of that even existed. So I went to the office every day, and I was there 9 to 5. And then, I would kind of get my day together, and then I would go in the field and I would market and try to lead generate that way. And I attended almost every single training available at my brokerage, all the things, right? Well, later through my career, I started tapering off going to the office and working more at home. Even when my brokerage would have office meetings and things like that, I was not very good at attending those things, right? So I am fine learning over video. I am fine, kind of catching a live stream or attending a webinar through my brokerage. That I'm completely fine with that. So if you're like that, Real Broker very well may be a good fit for you, because at the end of the day, they do not have offices. All right. So there are no offices that you report to go hang out, go talk to the agents, go walk in anywhere. Everything with Real Broker is virtual. Now, with that being said, due to the fact that there are not any overhead costs for real estate offices and things like that, we then don't have to pay for that. Right. So we get to keep more of our commission and more of our money. Now, do not mistake the training or anything that they provide for you by not having an office as a negative, because they give you a wealth of training and education and all the things that you need. But it's all done virtually. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. This is what it is. So there's a back end system here. and it's called Workplace. And this is what Real Broker uses. Very, very, very similar to Facebook. I believe Facebook invents this stuff or put it together for the company, but it's really, really cool. So basically, you come in here, right? You have your little profile. So here's my little profile, and I probably need to update some stuff. I don't have any posts or anything like that. But you come in here and you pick your shortcuts. So like for example, I have the Georgia State group. So everything Georgia wise, real estate wise is right here in my Georgia State group. And you can see this is actually the managing broker for my state of Georgia, right? So there's posts in here. Everything that I need that has to do with Georgia real estate is going to be right here. Then I can head over to my Louisiana side. Here's my broker for the state of Louisiana, and all of my agents, any agents that are in the state that I maybe want to, partner up with or talk to, I can come right here, and everything for the state of Louisiana is right in here. It's pretty cool. What's even really more neat is our break room. So we have a break room, and this has over 12,000 members in it. This is kind of like, think about literally like a break room. Like, you walk in the back, have a cup of coffee. This is where all the agents from all over the United States come in here, the world actually, because they are going international, but everybody kind of comes in here, shares some insight, talks, whatever, it's just kind of a corral of all kinds of different things. There's a specific page just for Real Academy, which is really, really cool. So Real Academy is where you can come in here and get any and all kind of trainings. And this is a lot what the trainings look like. So they're video, web video, and a speaker will come in there and talk, and then you can kind of, jump in and learn whatever it is that they're teaching on. And so there's all different stuff in there. Another thing that I think is really cool, as you can see, is the top of my shortcut is the Referral Central. So this again has close to 12,000 members. And essentially what you're doing in here is you are promoting referrals that you have with other agents within the brokerage, but you're also picking up referrals. So there's a little deal right here where she tells you exactly how to kind of post that referral. So you could literally come in here 2-3 times a day and just check your area to see if anybody's posted anything where they're looking for an agent in that area. You could list out if you, like here's one right here that was just listed out an hour ago. Referral location, Washington County. Referral type, he's got a buyer. They need something now with a 25% split. So moving from California to Minnesota, looking selling to California. Oh, selling home in California possibly first. And so in any case, there's some stuff here all about referral. And then there are groups. So like, for example, Georgia Coming Soon just listed. This is just for the state of Georgia. And so I could come in here and kind of take a look at whatever these agents have going on that are coming to the market. So it's very, very, very organized. And I love it because I can literally come in here and look for whatever I need or whatever I need. Real news, this is got all members in here as well, but this is where any top news throughout the brokerage is going to be posted in here. So it's very, very organized. If I need to kind of get caught up on anything new that's going in the brokerage, this is where I come. Real also offers a mortgage side of the business. So that's relatively somewhat new. Now, I will tell you that, and then there's even one for motivational messages. So you could come in here, get some inspiration if you need some. Media Masters. This is all about marketing and branding. And so there is a live schedule that's done Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays at several different times. So you can kind of jump in here on the live and see what it is that they're going to be touching in on. So this one, for example, November 20th, Conquer Takeaways plus 2024 business planning, getting more listings from the listings we have, client appreciation gifts, and then content plans for 2024. So, it's just random stuff. And if you miss it, you can go back and watch that replay. So it's pretty cool. Let's see. Now, another thing that I really love about this whole kind of deal right here is you can come in here to the knowledge library and there's a marketing center. And I think the marketing center is just phenomenal. It's very simple, it's all done for you. So, the subcategories logos and branding, business cards, yard sign, agent attraction. So like right now, I'm talking to you about real brokerage, right? If you decide to come on, then I get a little, incentive for anything that you sell moving forward after you sign with World Broker. Well, once you're at the brokerage, you can also then go and promote to your friends and other real estate agents on why or why not you think real brokerage is a good option for them. And if they sign up, you can also make something off of what they sell. So it's really really neat. But there's an agent attraction deal here, marketing materials. So, for example, let's just pretend that I needed a buyer's guide. So I go to marketing material, buyer's guide. I can either get the Google slide or I can get the PowerPoint. So if I come in here to Google slide, sorry, let me make a copy of this. Um, Here we go. So it's all done for you. The buyer's guide. So you can go and have this printed. You could email this out to your buyers. But essentially, how many pages is this? This is 35 pages long. Moving to, just it's really, really cool because they've already done it for you. Door hanging templates, note cards, all the things in here. Okay. So business cards are a good one. You can use the templates they have or make your own. Yard signs are in here for you. So the templates are already kind of there. They've even got some little house keys here that you could have printed up and done. This one's kind of neat. It's supposed to look like um, an Instagram post here. So that's pretty neat. Your clients put their little head through the cutout. Pretty neat there. So it's just neat. They've got some neat stuff. So logos and branding. Let's see, colors. So they give you the color palette. So these are the color palette for Real Broker. You've got all the hex codes that you need, everything there. Fiber Marketplace, where you can go and have um, people maybe do design stuff for you, or maybe you design stuff for others. But in any case, that is kind of what the workspace looks like. And I just think it's really, really neat. And there's a bunch of other stuff. You could create a group if you wanted to. But in any case, so I wanted to share that with you. Now let's talk about some money, right? Oh, well, let me share this. Well, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. All right, let's see. Let me X this out before I get sidetracked because you know me, I'll get sidetracked. Let's talk about some money real quick. Let's talk about kind of an overview of what it is. All right. So, first and foremost, with Real Broker, there are no monthly fees. Okay. So, if you are new to real estate, or if maybe you do this part time, or if you're full time, you might be used to paying a monthly fee. With Real Broker, you don't pay a monthly fee to them. Okay. Now, here's the deal. I am licensed in Georgia and Louisiana. Louisiana, there is absolutely no fee. For the state of Georgia, I have to pay through Real Broker, I have to pay them $20 a month. They in turn have to pay the state of Georgia commission. Okay, so Real Broker is not necessarily charging it; it's the state that's charging them, and then they collect it from me. So there's that. But as far as Real goes, there's no monthly fees. Now, what there is, oops, what there is when you first sign up, right? And you're like, yep, this is what I want to do. I want to move over to Real Broker. You're going to have a $250 sign up fee or $249, right? And that's just kind of to get your whole paperwork and all your stuff kind of together and in place. And they have a very, very smooth process. Like they literally tell you first, second, third what to do as far as how to get your license transferred by brokerage through the state and all of the things and how to get set up on workplace. And we have a back end system for our like transactions and kind of how that flow works. And actually all of that can be done on the computer or on an app. So that's a really, really good app. Um, but in any case, you pay the 250 to them, right? We get you moved over. And you could not have a transaction for 6 months. You're not going to pay anything from that point unless your state charges something, right? Now, once you get that very first transaction, Real does have a $750 annual fee that they charge. Okay, but instead of charging you that up front and saying go ahead and pay us $750 a year, they're saying we're just going to take $250 out for the first 3 transactions, and they'll do that every year on your anniversary. So if you start in November, your anniversary will be November of the following year. Okay. So first 3 transactions, they're going to take 250 out for that. All right. Then what they're going to do is there is a $30 fee per transaction for BEOP, which basically covers your E&O insurance processing fees and broker review. Okay, it's just kind of an admin fee. All right, so we don't necessarily have to pay anything for the real estate office, but there are behind the scenes people that are kind of checking all of our paperwork and giving us our checklist on everything we need to do with paperwork wise. And so there's a $30 fee for that on every transaction. So your first 3 transactions, you're going to have 250 taken out. You're going to have the $30 BEOP fee taken out. That doesn't go away. BEOP stays there. All right. And then you're going to have your split is 85/15. So if your commission, let's just say, is $1,000, they're going to take out 150 for their split. Okay. So they'll take out 150 for that. Once you reach your cap, which is $12,000, then you're going to get 100% split, right? So at that point, you're getting 100% of your commission. So if you make $1,000, they're going to give you $1,000. However, they are going to take a 285 transaction fee after the cap. Okay, so they won't take the 150; they're going to take the 285 as their transaction fee. Plus, I believe, honestly, I believe after the transaction fee is done, the BEOP goes away, or I could be wrong about that. Oh, here it is. Okay, transaction fee drops to $129 at elite agent status. That's what it is. Okay. So, the more you sell, the less they take, basically. So let's see, 12,000 annual cap, then 100%, 285 transaction fee. The other really cool thing about Real Broker is they give you 3 personal transactions a year. With 100% commission, they are going to charge a 250 transaction fee. So it's really cool. So like if you switch over to Real Broker and you want to buy a house, you're 100% going to get your money other than a $250 transaction fee, even if you haven't capped or any of that. Okay. And you get 3 of those a year. Most brokers give you maybe 1, a year. So that's kind of cool there. Now there are, let's see, there are options as far as team plan. And here's a team plan here. Sort of the same thing. But it's basically 12,000 for the team leader annual cap, 6,000 for each team member annual cap, then 100% split. So, it's in essence, it saves about $6,000 a year. Okay. But here's the thing. So when you first sign up, you have the option to say, yeah, I want to have 5% of my commission be paid out in stock. So Real is part of the NASDAQ. They have, they're on the stock market, all the things. So you can go ahead and kind of buy in early. And so I opted in for this. I do the 5% commission, in which they then give a 15% bonus of share, right? So, and this is what it looks like. So once you reach cap status, they're going to give you 150 shares, which essentially is giving you some of your money back, really. Once you get to $6,000 cap, you get 75 shares. Now, once you reach cap, so once you've paid that $12,000 to them, now you can have the option of having 10% taken out of your check, and be put into that stock option, and then they're going to give you a 30% bonus. So it's basically you're investing in the company, but the company is exploding. They're getting really big, and especially if you're one of the very few first ones to sort of sign up. I mean, this stock option could be a really good kind of deal for you. Now, I have to triple check, but I believe the stock option maturity date is 12 months or 36 months. That I'm not 100% sure of. I will check on that, but at the end of the day, it's supposed to be. I would try to hold it as a retirement if you could. Um, so this just tells a little bit more about stocks. They have an elite agent status. Um, and so that is all here. But look, if you end up scheduling a call with me to learn more, I can send you this entire deck. That is no problem, so that you have everything. Let's see. I think there was one more I wanted to share in here with you. Okay, now let me tell you this. They are working on insurance, like medical insurance and dental insurance. They're working plans with that. So that can also be something that is an option. It's just tough for us as 1099 and business owners to get insurance. So that's something that they're working on. They also are launching a brand new credit card, which is pretty cool. So you would basically be able to get the credit card at a pretty decent rate, interest rate. And then also, if you've, from what I understand, if you've got something pending, but you need your money, they'll go ahead and load your card with a debit card and give you that money in advance. So that's kind of cool. Um, so there's just a lot of really neat things that they have. Let's see. Now, and I'll also tell you over here, back over here on Workplace in Georgia, for example, there were sometimes, depending on your state, they will put together a little like get together mastermind kind of deal. And so if you're keeping up with your uh workplace and everything that's going on within your state, and you kind of want that one-on-one with other agents and things like that, you can definitely do a meetup because they do host meetings. They usually do a virtual meeting by your state once a week, and then once a year, twice a year, they'll pick a spot, like a general spot, and then everybody kind of go and meet up there. That's the only thing I would say if you are brand new to real estate. I believe that getting in the office and kind of commingling with your other agents is really a great way to kind of get your exposure, get yourself out there. However, in the world that we live in today, virtual, you can do it virtually if you're okay with camera. You also, if you join like the National Association of Realtors and you are a realtor, your MLS and your realtor associations, they're doing meetup groups, right? So it might not necessarily be agents within your brokerage. It's a mix of all different types of agents, but you can get that interaction during those events. One more thing I want to share with you, and then I'm going to wrap it up. They with Real Broker, you have the option of using Chime. Now, Chime is going to be, this isn't going to let me show it. So Chime has just actually rebranded to be called Lofty. Chime is a CRM database that is, oops, let's see. I don't know if this is it or not. Yep, this is it. Okay. I'm sorry. Chime is a CRM database that holds all your information, right? It's optional if you wanna use a CRM. For many years in my business, I didn't have a CRM. I just used a spreadsheet and Trello. So it's really up to you. But in any case, Chime, if you were to just buy it right now without it being part of your brokerage and you just get it on your own, it's about $500 a month. Okay, so Real has a partnership with them to where you can get it for $40 a month if you choose to have Chime as a CRM. Now, Chime is like its own little thing, right? That can do so many things for you. Um, you can input all of your information. It can text your clients and leads. It can email them. You can create lead capture for it. It just does so much for you. But you kind of go into your Chime every day. It tells you like who you need to call today and all the stuff to follow up. But outside of that, with Chime, you also have access to a website. And this is my Chime website that I pay $5 a month for. And it basically, this website is built for lead generating, essentially. So if somebody comes in here and they want to search houses for Georgia, they can come in here and, click on a few of these houses, check them out. It's integrated with my Georgia and my Louisiana MLS. But they could come in here, look through some pictures. After looking at about 2 or 3 houses, a pop-up is going to automatically pop up and say, "Hey, what's your information?" And so that then lead generates for me. So then it pops right over to my Chime, and is in my database. So all of that, right? I can lead generate, um, sell my home if somebody clicks on this and they want a home value, my home value report. They come in here, they enter their address. Like all of this is set up through Chime. So they enter their information and then it goes into my CRM. So that is that, but you can get it again. Chime, now called Lofty, is on its own is about $500 a month. You can get it through Rural Broker for 40 a month, and then you can also choose to grab the website as well. So I know it's a lot of information, but I thought it would be helpful for somebody out there who might be considering switching over to Real Broker, and hopefully this help kind of give you some insight as to the company. There's a ton more that I could have talked about today, but this kind of gives you that high level overview. So if you think it's something you might be interested in, I would love to talk to you more about it, answer additional questions that you have. Again, the calendar is just going to be just below this video. So go there, check that out. Let's get a time. And we can either do a web call like this, or you can provide your phone number and I could just give you a call. And so we can move from there. But I hope you have the best rest of your day, and I'll see you shortly. Let's get it.